and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie, and this is the 2018 Genreathon and Blackout wrap-up. As I said, slowly but surely, this is the Genreathon 2018 wrap-up and the Blackout 2018 wrap-up. So there are a lot of books. I'm not going to be talking about too much of which book is which and what happens in all the books and things like that. For Genreathon, it should be pretty self-evident on what type of book it is, because it is based off of the genres that were, in the challenge and everything like that. And for Blackout, it's all about reading Black authors. So all of these books will be Black authors. So let's just jump into it. I'm going to start off with Genreathon, and then I'm going to give you guys details for the 2019 Genreathon or Romance Genreathon that I will be hosting, conducting, and you guys can join in, but I'll give you more information about that when I get to it. And then I will do Blackout 2018. So for Genreathon 2018, the month of January was to read juvenile or middle grade books, and for that I only read one book, and that was Ghosts by Rianne Telgemeier, and this was a small graphic novel about ghosts, and it was very interesting. That's all I'm going to say about that. For the month of February, the category was fantasy, and I read Jacoby by William Ritter, The Bird and the Stone by Amy Herman, and Immortal Circus by A.R. Kaler, which is book number 1. For the month of March, March Mystery, and I read Away from the Dark by Alethea Roman and Kiss by Ted Decker. For the month of April, which is Adventure, woo! I read The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, which I DNF'd because it was so damn boring. I also tried to read Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. I DNF'd that one as well and was very, very sad. So I went ahead and read Winter's Heat by Kirsten Harbour, which I finished. Hallelujah. Whew, because that would have been bad to have 2 DNF books for a category. Then I just wouldn't have felt accomplished. For the month of May, May was about short stories. And oh, sweet Lord, there's a lot of these. And also audiobooks. So when I said short stories, I also placed audiobooks under 6 hours in this category. So there's a lot of them. So let's get to it. Him and Her, A Game Served Spicy by Shelby Mitchell. Swing by Misha. Story of a Girl by Sarah Zarr. Honor Girl by Maggie Thrash. There's Snow Love Like His Love by Jane Rowe. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Dirty Girl by Megan March. Dirty Love by Megan March. The Shark and I by Cara Lockwood. Love War by Carrie Hart. An Imperfect Heart by Amy Knight. A Secret One by Alethea Roman. Another One by Alethea Roman. The Right Love by K.A. Lindy. Waking Up in Vegas by Sarah King, and One Baby Daddy by Megan Quinn. Lots of books, so if you're looking for a quick read, all of those are short stories under 250 pages, I think, and most definitely under 6 hours on audiobook. For June, I had Beach Reads, and I started that one off with Stoked by Megan Quinn. The Studying Hours, How to Date a Douchebag by Sarah Nye. For July was Independence, because I am an American and the 4th of July is in there, and I was like, let's do Independence. So I read The Host by Stephanie Meyer, The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory, and Striped and Bare by Artemis Wolf. For the month of August, it was Post-Apocalyptic or Future Earth, and I read Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, Blood Cure by K.A. Lindy. For the month of September, September was all about science fiction, and I read Assigned a Mate by Grace Goodwin, Fire in His Blood by Ruby Dixon, and Mated to the Warrior by Grace Goodwin. For October, Didn't think it was going to be my favorite, but this definitely was Occult. So magical, secret society, and supernatural books. And I read Beautiful Danger by Michelle Hoff, The Gathering by L.A. Fior, and Hunters of Demon by Jordan L. Hawk. For November, which was non-fiction November, I read Feeding the Dragon by Sharon Washington, which is an Audible original. You Can't Touch My Hair by Phoebe Robinson. The Queen, Aretha Franklin by Michael Gilmore, which is an Audible original. Everybody's Got Something by Robin Roberts. And Life in Motion, An Unlikely Ballerina by Misty Copeland. For December, I originally had it as contemporaries, but that's a lot of what I already read, so I changed that category to be past arcs or advanced reads that I had received that I got to in the month of December. And I read The Proposal by Jasmine Guillory, Fight or Flight by Samantha Young, From Here to You, Crash and Burn #1 by Jamie McGuire, Craving Mr. Kinky, Mr. Wrong #4 by A.M. Madden and Joanne Schwim, and Tossing It, Bronze Bay #2 by Rachel Robinson. So, that was a lot of books. I don't even think I didn't count. Did you guys count? Let me know if you counted. I don't know. But that was a lot of books. It was a lot of fun, and I really, really enjoyed that. So, for 2019, I am going to run and host, I guess. It's very laid back. The challenge is going to be called Romance Genreathon 2019. I'm going to use this hashtag, Romance Genreathon, right here. So over on Twitter and on all my videos. So if you guys want to join in, please do. It's very simple. It's a year-long process. You read books within these sub-genre sort of categories throughout the year per month, and each month gets its own category, and you just read the books. So if you manage to get one book, that's great. If you manage to read 5 books within this subgenre, that's amazing as well. But let's follow each other over on Twitter using that hashtag. So in January, I am going to be trying to read Second Chance Pregnancy and Unrequited Love Stories. In February, I'm going to be reading African American romance books. In March, I'm going to be reading Irish and Scottish locale or origin sort of stories, romance stories. In April, I'm going to be doing medieval, Victorian, or Regency type romance stories. So here's your historical fiction if that's your thing. In May, I'm going to be doing young adult and new adult. In June, I'm going to be doing LGBT plus books. In July, I'm going to be doing sports romance. In August, it's science fiction, fantasy, urban fantasy, and paranormal romance. In September, it is small towns, westerns, and frontier books, romance books. In October, we're going dark. Dark, taboo, immortal, occult, and gothic romance novels. In November, it's going to be nonfiction again. So if you don't want to read any nonfiction that's romantic in nature, which is really going to be kind of hard to find, but we'll see how that goes. Definitely going to be participating in nonfiction November again, so it can just be straight nonfiction. As well as all those other categories. I want it to be romance connected, but if you're not into romance and you just want to read in those categories, please do. Please do. Like I said, this is a laid back sort of thing. Laid back. And then in December, we're going to do detective, law enforcement, and mystery sort of romance books. So those are the categories. If you want to join in, like I said, use this hashtag right here over on Twitter, and I'll be able to follow your progress, and you can be able to follow my progress and see in my videos what I read for those months as well. In 2018, I joined in the movement of reading more Black authors, and it was called Blackout 2018, and I am definitely going to be rolling that over into 2019 as well. I read a whopping 35 Black authored books in 2018, and I'm really proud of that. So let's go over which books I did go through, and you guys can take a look at that. So the first book that I read was Wench by Dolan Perkin Valdez. This book is set in slavery times. It was a very hard book for me to get through, but I read it. I did it. Next book was The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. This was a memoir. Then I read The Air He Breathes by Brittany C. Cherry. I then read My Soul to Keep by Kennedy Ryan. Next was Down to My Soul by Kennedy Ryan. I then read With Her Billionaire series by Ellen Dominic. I believe this series has 6 books in it, and they're very short stories, so they go by like that. Then I read The Duchess War by Courtney Milan. Then Him and Her, A Game Served Spicy by Shelby Mitchell. Next was Swing by Misha. There's No Love Like Him by Jane Rowe. Dear Martin was next on the list by Nick Stone. Then I read Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I also read Fledgling by Octavia E. Butler. I read The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. Then I read The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I also read A Duke by Default by Alyssa Cole. I read Turbulence by Whitney G. Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. Close to the Edge by Zara Cox. An Honorable Seduction by Brenda Jackson. Her Wickham Falls Seal by Rachel Ehlers. Intercepted by Alexa Martin. This Game Set Match by Nana Malone. Block Shot by Kennedy Ryan. In Tune by J.N. Welsh. Accidentally on Purpose by L.D. Davis. Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. The Gravity of Us by Brittany C. Cherry. Love in Catalina Cove by Brenda Jackson. Feeding the Dragon by Sharon Washington. Can't Touch My Hair by Phoebe Robinson. Everybody's Got Something by Robin Roberts. Life in Motion, An Unlikely Ballerina by Misty Copeland. The Proposal by Jasmine Guillory. And rounding off the year is Swipe by Kennedy Ryan. So that is my wrap up for 2018 for Genreathon and for Blackout, reading Black authors. Did you read any of those books this year? Let me know down in the comments. Let's discuss them. Will you be participating in a Romance Genreathon with me in 2019? You know, let's just discuss. How was your reading year? Let me know down in the comments as well. It's the end of the year. So, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. And there's a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.